home bakers, it's Jack here at bakewithjack.co.uk, and making our own bread at home might seem like it's all a little bit too much sometimes. So hey, let's make it easy for ourselves. Roll that theme tune. Hello to you all, it's good to see you. Welcome back to the Bake with Jack YouTube channel, where I make videos to help you make bread, and that's basically it. But let me let you in on a little secret. Psst, come here. I haven't made bread in ages. Yes, I know, it's a total bombshell, and the excuse is that I'm a busy boy. I've got stuff to do, I've got a kitchen to build, I've got worktops to sand, the world has gone crackers and I don't have the mental capacity for anything extra at the moment. How could I possibly make bread on top of all of this? But the truth is, if I made it easy for myself, I probably could make some bread, and that simple act might just bring me some sense of satisfaction and achievement, perhaps even joy. In fact, I know that it would. So this is not a video of how to cut corners or shortcut your bread, how to speed it up or make it some top secret easy way that nobody's discovered yet, because if you've been around on this channel for a while, you'll know that all those things always compromises the quality of our bread in the end. This video is for you. If you feel like things are getting a little bit too much, if you're stuck in a funk like me, here's a few things that I'm doing to help myself that might in turn just help you too. At times when I feel like things are getting a bit too much, the entire bread making process as a whole might seem like an insurmountable task. But imagine to yourself for a moment, if all of your ingredients were weighed out and laid out in front of you ready to go, what would you do then? If that part was taken care of by somebody else, or perhaps even my past self, I'd probably be a bit more inclined to just get on and do it. Weighing out your ingredients like this takes what, like 6 minutes? Do it in the evening, ready for the following day. Do it in the morning, ready for the evening. I literally summoned the energy to do this one thing this morning, and now I'm good to go for later on. I already feel better about it. I did something towards it, and the rest feels easier already. Let's cut down to the table and I'll show you exactly what I did. Here we have my flour already weighed and in a bowl. Salt is weighed and in a pot. Dry yeast is weighed and in a pot too. If it was fresh, it'd be in a pot in the fridge. I know exactly how much water I need, so I've weighed it out and put it in this jug, and by the time I need it, it's going to be room temperature, which is the temperature I normally go for anyway. If you want to go really crackers in terms of preparation, get yourself a flour pot ready for cutting and shaping with a couple of dough scrapers in it, and 2 loaf tins. I'm making 2 loaves of bread in tins, that's why I got tins out, with a little bit of oil in it, literally ready to grease. Cover the whole lot up with a couple of cloths like this, tuck it in nicely, and I can't speak for you at this point, but if I walked into my kitchen in the morning and all this was ready to go, waiting for me to start, it would probably be so much easier for me to just start. The biggest factor that puts me off making my own bread at home is the thought of not having enough time. When my brain is full to bursting with everything I need to do and everything that is still pending, bread just feels impossible, even though deep down inside I know it's probably exactly what I need. So take a look at your week, and if your bread recipe takes 4 hours to make, for example, find that window of time where you can do it. And what's more important, certainly for me, is to find a window of time to just start. And here's what I mean. I'm great at making good intentions. I'm the best at saying things to myself like I'm getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday making my own bread. Everything is weighed out, ready to go. It will be out of the oven by 11 and cool in time for lunch at 12. But the trouble is, I also used to be really good at waking up in the morning, and since mid-March of this year, I lost that superpower. I don't know where it went, and now I struggle to get out of bed every single day. So the reality is I'll probably stir around 7:20, 7:30, go downstairs and think to myself, well, I've missed my 7 a.m. start time now. There's no point making bread now, is there? Making myself a start time is a good idea, but it also gives me an excuse not to do it when I've missed it. Does that make sense? So make a start window. The truth is that even if I started making bread at 7:30 or 7:45 or even 8 a.m. in this fictional scenario, the bread will still be ready to eat by 1 p.m. and we can have lunch then. No big deal. So then my start window becomes somewhere between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. and I give myself a little leeway that way, and that's okay. If I start later than my past good intentions intended, I still haven't missed the boat yet. Take a pencil, write a note to yourself and make it nice. This could be as simple as a post-it note with your start window on it, so you remember what you planned and you don't have to search your brain for that information in the morning. Or a note of encouragement. This might sound crackers, but I do this for work. If I'm not working and I have a moment of inspiration, I will send an email to myself so that when later on, future Jack is going through his emails, smashing them out one by one, he comes across said note of encouragement and he knows there's somebody full of energy cheering him on, and that person was me. You could even write yourself a shortcut recipe to further simplify the process and minimize overwhelm. We went into great detail about this one in January in video number 128. I'm conscious you may have missed it because it was part of a video instead of a video by itself. I will link it here somewhere if you want to watch that. The point is here to help your future self. Write him or her a note. Throw them a lifeline in advance and they will appreciate it greatly. If you don't do it still, if for any reason you still feel like it's too much, if things got in the way or you got carried away doing other things and you didn't get time to simply start, well then that's okay. Don't sit at the dinner table eating a bowl of soup without fresh bread, saying something to yourself like, well, you're rubbish. You couldn't even make a roll today to go with this soup. Try not to dwell over the few grams of pasta sauce left in the bottom of your bowl with nothing to mop it up with, questioning your very existence. Let yourself off the hook. When I wrote my notes on this one, it struck me just how important it is and how probably it's the one I need to listen to the most. It's the need to feel bad about not doing it and then beating yourself up on top of that just sounds crackers when it's spoken out loud. Again, I can't speak for you here. Some people respond really well to being shouted at and put down upon by somebody else. I never have done, and it's happened a lot to me in kitchens over the years. When treated with kindness, especially by myself, I'm much more likely to want to give it another go another time. Isn't it interesting that amongst everything going on, all the things that we have to do in the overwhelm of the world, that making your own bread might sometimes feel like an impossible task to add, and yet in the same hand it might just be the thing that helps us keep our feet on the ground, a thing that provides us with such value, such achievement. 8 minutes of kneading can be 8 minutes of thinking, 8 minutes of processing, 8 quiet minutes of simply nothing. It's the craft of it all. Connecting with something that you're doing with your heart and with your hands over what your head might be sometimes shouting. If you feel like things are too much, like you don't have time when you probably do, like there's no space in your mind to do anything other than crash on the couch in your downtime and scroll through your telephone, then just start with one thing. Weigh out your ingredients. Do it now. Then look for a window of time when you can start. Write your future self a nice encouraging note to cheer them on, and if you still don't do it, if you miss your cue, then let yourself off the hook, because even that is okay too. I hope this helps you. Thanks for being here. See you next time. Bye bye.